Thompson on the left wing. Curry pulls her up. And hits.
There are a lot of times in sports where you go and watch and say, that shouldn't have happened, usually concerning a singular play or a last-second win that makes you wonder what you have just seen. But for someone to go and do the impossible, that takes something really special. That takes a player or a team literally going and pushing things into the realm of the undoable, the unthinkable, and so on, and making everyone believe that anything is possible. So allow us to show you the 4 impossible moments in sports history. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 4, Eli Manning wins the Super Bowl twice. We kick things off with the NFL and one of the most underappreciated players in its history, Eli Manning. Eli was the younger brother of Peyton Manning, who by the time Eli had gotten into the league was already one of the best players around. And as time went on, Peyton asserted himself as one of the best quarterbacks of all time, and Eli was just a good quarterback. Sure enough, Peyton went on and won the Super Bowl 41 trophy, and his destiny was complete. But at Super Bowl 42, Eli got his turn against the 18-0 New England Patriots, headed up by the legendary Tom Brady. No one believed that Eli could lead his New York Giants to victory. It was impossible. The game was going to be a blowout. But it wasn't. In one of the greatest football games ever played, Eli, alongside Michael Strahan's defense, stuck it to the Patriots and won 17-14. It was impossible, but it happened. Oh, and 4 years later, he did it again. Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowl rings, and he did it against a guy that no one said he could beat, and he did it twice. Impossible? Not for a Manning. Number 3, 3-0 down. When you're in a sports league that has a series, the one thing you never want to do is go and get yourself in a hole in terms of the wins of the other team compared to yours. 2-0 down is bad enough, but if you go 3-0 down, you're done. Period. Especially in baseball. In 2004, the Boston Red Sox were down 3-0 to their eternal rivals of the Yankees, and everyone thought that the Yankees were going back to the World Series. But then, improbability, impossibly, the Red Sox came back, winning one game, then another, and then in Game 7, they pulled off the impossible. They won 4 straight games. They then went to the World Series and won that too, in order to finally break their 80-plus year curse. And it must have been sweet to do the impossible against the Yankees. Number 2, Michael Phelps at the Olympics. The Olympics are meant to be the highest state of sport we have because it's not just one league coming together to fight, it's the entire planet. And if you have a medal, you're good. But if you medal repeatedly, you're great. And if you get 28 medals in 5 Olympic Games, you're Michael Phelps. The fact that one man was able to get so many medals is astounding. But then you have to realize that he did this both in singular and team events across 5 Olympics. And he didn't even medal in that first Olympic Games that he participated in. So he won 23 gold, 3 silver, and 2 bronze medals across 4 Olympics, and maintaining his abilities throughout that entire time. Now that should have been impossible, but it wasn't. And right now, the impossible is thinking that someone is going to come along and beat his record. Number 1, 73-9. Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. And in the 1995-96 season, he and his team set an all-time record in the NBA by getting a 72-10 win-loss season. Many thought it would be impossible to beat that. But then came the 2015-2016 Warriors, led by future Hall of Famer Steph Curry, who came in and said, "We can beat that." They played arguably one of the greatest regular seasons in history and went 73-9, a truly remarkable accomplishment. But then the impossible struck back, because unlike the Bulls team, and despite being up 3-1 in the NBA Finals, they lost, showing that sometimes you can get one impossible feat and then have one done right back to you. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the moments in sports history that are known to us now as possible, but back then were truly impossible, or as far from likely as possible. Which of these moments did you get to experience in your lifetime? Which ones were the most incredible when you saw them happen? Do you know another impossible moment that should be on this list? Let us know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe, and then we'll see you next time on the channel.